Hello friends, welcome to my channel Jay Thakur's Chemistry. I hope you all are doing well. So let's start with our topic, that is chemical bonding. So in my previous video we will discuss about some basic introduction about the chemical bonding and the initial topic of chemical bonding, that is Lewis octet rule. In Lewis octet rule we will discuss about how to draw the Lewis dot structures. Okay, so in this lecture today I am discussing about the concept of hybridization. Firstly, I will tell you that the concept of hybridization is hypothetical concept. Mean we can predict the hybridization from its structure, not by directly. So firstly we have to know about the structure of a particular molecule so that we can draw the hybridization. Okay, so the basic definition of hybridization is basically the mixing of atomic orbitals of a central atom of a given polyatomic molecule. Hybridization is basically calculated for the central atom, not for the whole atom. So let us consider the example of methane, that is CH4. In methane we simply say that what is the hybridization of carbon, not that what is the hybridization of the CH4. This is wrong method. We simply say that what is the hybridization of carbon in methane. Okay, so hybridization is also defined as it is the exchange of characters between the atomic orbitals of the central atom. Okay, after hybridization all the hybrid orbitals have same shape, size and energy. So in this lecture we will discuss about why hybridization takes place, what are the causes of this hybridization and the types of hybridization, and some many more concepts. Okay, the concept of hybridization is defined by valence bond theory. According to valence bond theory, for a molecule to get hybridized, the atomic orbital of the central atom, these atomic orbitals are the atomic orbitals of the valence shell, get mixed up or get hybridized to form hybrid orbitals. Then these hybrid orbitals combines with the pure p orbitals or pure h orbitals, depends upon the type of side atom, to form sigma bonds. Keep in mind that the hybrid orbitals always form sigma bonds, not pi bonds. Pi bonds are formed by the pure p orbitals by side-wise overlapping. During hybridization, covalent bonds are formed. For this covalent bond formation, there must be one unpaired electron present in the hybrid orbitals of the central atom and the orbitals of the side atom. Here the side atom orbitals are pure orbitals which are not hybridized. For example, in methane, the ground state configuration of methane is 2s2 2p2. Here the methane forms 4 covalent bond with the hydrogen. So these 4 bond formation, there must be 4 unpaired electron present on the carbon atom. So one electron get excited up to the p orbital. Okay, one important thing that you must have keep in mind that S2p excitation is always favorable. If there is a need of S2p excitation, do it quickly. Okay, because it is highly favorable because the energy gap between the s and p orbital is small. So s to p excitation will take place very easily. Okay, so as I told you, hybridization is the hypothetical concept. So firstly we have to know about the structure of given molecule. So so to calculate hybridization, that is calculated by BBT, we must know about the structure. Structure is defined by the Vesper theory. Vesper theory is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. In Vesper theory, we calculate the steric number. From steric number, we get an idea about the hybridization and the geometric, and then from geometry we can calculate the shape of that given molecule. Now we move on the question that why hybridization takes place. So simply we will discuss firstly about methane. In methane, central atom is carbon, and carbon have valence and electron configuration is 2s2 and 2p2. 2s2 2p2. This is ground state configuration, 2s 2p. For 4 bond formation, we have to excite this s electron to this pz orbital. So the excited state is 2s 1 2p have 3 electrons. Now, if there is no hybridization, these s and 3p orbitals of the carbon combines with the s orbital of hydrogen. This is 2s and 2p. When this s and p orbital combines with each other, then after structure formation we consider that, or we can say that the bond angles are of 90 degree, because these all px, py and pz orbitals are present at 90 degree angle to each other. But this is not the case. When we study experimentally about the bond angles of this methane, we get the bond angles are of 109.28 minute, that is not equals to 90 degree. Why this change happens? So the answer of this question is defined by the concept of hybridization. In this, one s orbital and 3 p orbitals are present. Px, let us consider px along this direction, py along this direction, this is py, and pz along this direction. These px, py and pz orbitals are mix their character with each other. These all orbitals mix in such a way that each orbital have same percentage of s and p character. So here one s orbital have 100% s character and each p orbital have 100% p character. So this s orbital shares its s character with these three p orbitals. So s orbital now have 25% s character, and it gives its 25% s character to each p orbital. So now each p orbitals also have 25% s character. Okay, now these p orbitals now have 100% p character, and these all donates its p character to this s orbital. And now these p orbitals are also transfer its 25% p character to this s orbital. As each p orbital transfer its 25p character to this s orbital, so now this s orbital have 75% p character and 25% s character. So this is of hybridization type orbital which have mixed character of s and p orbital. Here p orbital also have 25% s character and 75% p character. So after hybridization, each s and p orbital which are in pure state then becomes hybrid, and it contains 25% s character and 75% p character. So here the hybridization occurs and the hybridization is sp3, because 1s and 3p orbitals are mixed up to form this hybridization. Okay, as we know that s orbital have in lower energy state than p orbital. So after mixing this s and p orbitals, the energy of hybrid orbital is in between this s and p orbital, somewhere here. So here the hybrid orbital formed is of this type, and which have energy in between this s and p orbital. So the hybrid orbitals have less energy than its pure orbitals. So as we know that the orbitals have less energy, are more stable, and these are more directional, because s is omnidirectional, p is directional in nature. But these hybrid orbitals have no pure s orbital, but all the orbitals are sp hybridized. So this is directional in nature and have greater tendency to form bonds. So that's the reason why bond form hybridization takes place. Okay, so for the hybridization, first reason is hybrid orbitals are of lower energy and are directional in nature, so bond formation takes place easily. So that's the first reason why hybridization takes place. Before going to the second reason, I will tell you about the nature of lone pairs, double bond and electronegative atom, whether these are s character loving or p character loving. Okay, so the lone pairs are present on the central atom. These lone pairs are not participated in any bond formation. So these lone pairs are wanted to remain in contact with the central atom, means in a closer distance to this central atom. So we know that s orbitals are present near to the nucleus. Electron wants to present in the s orbital. So lone pairs are percentage s character loving. Now what about the double bond? For double bond formation, s orbitals do not involve any role, but before double bond formation, or there is one single bond formation, that is sigma bond formation. We all know that pi bond is formed by the sidewise overlapping. So for this sidewise overlapping, there must be a minimum distance between these two p orbitals. So to attain this minimum distance for the effective p overlapping, there must be short bond. For this short bond formation, there must be a high s character so that the two p orbitals come closer, and then effective pi bonding will take place. So for double bond formation, there must be more s character. Okay, for this double bond formation, there must be more s character. Note that for double bond formation, s character is not required, but the needed condition for the double bond formation is s character required for sigma bond formation. Third is for electronegative atom. Electronegative atoms are p character loving. Why these are p character loving? Because electronegative atom wants to pull up the electrons from its neighboring atom. So for this, there is p character excess. Variable condition is that there must be p character excess present, because if there is excessive p character present, then X have tendency to pull up the electrons from this A atom towards itself, to so that for electronegative atom there must be p character present in excess. Pairs and double bond are s character loving, and electronegative atom are p character loving. So let's go on our second reason why hybridization takes place. Now students, now move on the second reason of hybridization. As I already told you, in case of methane, if there is no hybridization, all the bond angles are of 90 degree. Okay, if all the bond angles are of 90 degree, then there is repulsion between the orbitals. See, here all the CH bonds have 90 degree angle with each other. So there is a repulsion. So this form of CH4 is not stable. So to get stability, here the CH4, here for the formation of CH4, the carbon atom undergo hybridization as. Okay. So by hybridization, this bond angle becomes 109.28 degree. Okay. So next, now move on the case of ammonia. In case of ammonia, the ground state configuration of nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. Here this is valence shell of nitrogen, 2p2, 2p3. Okay, for this bond formation with 3 hydrogen, according to BBT, the valence shell of this nitrogen have unpaired electron present, and hydrogen also have one electron present in it. This hydrogen form bonds with this unpaired electron orbital of nitrogen. If there is no hybridization in ammonia, then the bond angle formed are of 90 degree. This is 90 degree. Now see, there is many repulsions between these lone pair and bond pairs, and also in these bond pairs. So to reduce this angular strain, the concept of hybridization occurs. By the hybridization, the bond angle of ammonia is of 107 degree. Okay. So second reason of hybridization is the in a particular molecule, the central atom undergo hybridization to reduce the angular strain and to get the stability. This is the second reason of hybridization. So as I already told you that lone pairs and multivalent species are percentage S character loving and electronegative atoms are P character loving. Here multivalent species are the species which form multiple bonds that include double and triple bonds. Okay, these concepts help you a lot to understand the following concepts that I will discuss with you. These S character loving species are called as S files. S files mean percentage S character loving, and P character loving are called S non files. File stands for loving or the seekers. Okay, I will discuss you in detail S files and S non files in my previous video. Now let's move on. Types of hybridization. What are the types of hybridization? Basically, there are two types of hybridization: ideal and non-ideal. In an ideal hybridization, all the bond lengths and bond angles are equal. Example, methane. In methane, having tetrahedral geometry, having all these four bond lengths are equal and having bond length equals to 109.28 minute. In non-ideal hybridization, here the variation in bond angle, bond lengths occurs due to presence of lone pairs, electronegative atom and multivalent species. Let us consider the example of ammonia and water. Here we compare methane and ammonia water with each other to understand the ideal and non-ideal hybridization. These all are sp3 hybrid, but the bond angles are different. So reason behind this difference in bond angle is the presence of lone pairs. Here in ammonia, one lone pair is present. As we already know that lone pair are S character loving. So this lone pair abstract the S character from these NH bonds towards itself. So here these bonds have less S character as comparison to this lone pairs. Okay, so now we move on the water molecule. Here in comparison to ammonia, there are two lone pairs present which abstract the percentage S character more as comparison to ammonia. So here in OH bonds, the percentage S character is less as comparison to NH bonds. Okay. So here in ammonia, due to the presence of one lone pair, and in water due to presence of two lone pairs, the percentage S character in NH bonds of ammonia is greater than percentage S character in OH bonds of water. As we know that bond angle proportional to percentage S character, so the bond angle in ammonia is greater than the bond angles of water. But in CH4, all the bonds have same percentage S and percentage P character. So here the bond angle is greater than from both ammonia and water. So in methane bond angle is 109.28 minute. In ammonia is 107 degree. In water is 104. This is the type of ideal and non-ideal hybridization. So Now I discuss about the some compounds which will not participate in hybridization. Okay, some points that you must keep in mind: that if the central atom is of second period element, then there is always S2P excitation possible. So this is the case in which always hybridization takes place. But as we move from second to third and third to fourth period, then the hybridization depends upon some factors, like, as I already told you, this concept of hybridization is hypothetical one. So firstly we have to know about the structure of particular compound, and then by its experimental data we just predict the hybridization, but not surely about the type of hybridization. Let us consider the example of phosphine, pH3. This is the element of nitrogen family having 5 electrons present in its valence shell, having configuration 3s2 3p3. If we simply see this element, it is similar to ammonia, and we can say that in this hybridization also takes place like ammonia, but this is not the same case as ammonia. This is the special compound in which hybridization will not takes place. So what's the reason behind it? So firstly we have to study this compound experimentally. By its experimental studies we find that the bond angle in phosphine is about 94 degree, which is quite close to 90 degree. So from this we can say that here hybridization will not takes place. So what's the reason behind it? Why hybridization will not takes place in this compound is, in case of phosphine, the size of central phosphorus is large, and the size of these hydrogen is small as comparison to phosphorus. So if the bond angles are of 90 degree, close to 90 degree, that is 94 degree, there is no repulsion between these orbitals of phosphorus and hydrogen atoms. So there is no need for the hybridization to, so simply the bond formation is takes place without the hybridization. So let's move on our next example, that is pH5. Is pH5 exist or not? From this firstly we check the nature of side atom. Here the configuration of phosphorus is 3s2 3p3 and having 3d orbital vacant. So for this 5 bond formation with this hydrogen, there must be 5 unpaired electron present in the valence shell of phosphorus. But firstly we have to see that whether this S2D excitation is possible or not. For this S2D excitation, there must be sufficient energy present in the molecule. This depends upon the nature of this side atom. As we know that hydrogen is not electronegative in nature, so here S2P excitation will not takes place. So this molecule will not exist. Not exist. To clarify this concept, I will tell you the existence of PF5. So let's compare these cases with each other to clarify the concept. In this, phosphorus have same configuration, okay, but this side atom is different. Here the fluorine present is electronegative in nature. As this is electronegative in nature, it pulls up the electron from phosphorus towards itself. Okay, here partial negative charge is generated, and phosphorus carries partial positive charge. Due to this partial positive charge or positive charge in nature, the phosphorus shrinks its size due to more attraction from its nucleus because positive charge is generated. So due to reduce in size in phosphorus, the all the s, p and g orbitals come closer to each other. So due to this due to this the energy gap between the orbitals becomes less in size as comparison to the orbitals of this pH5. So due to the less energy gap, the electron in s orbital can easily excite to this d orbital, and now the excited state configuration have 5 unpaired electron present. Oh sorry, no electron is present. 5 unpaired electrons are present. These are combined with the unpaired electron of fluorine to 5 to form PF5 molecule. Okay. The molecule like PH3 in which no hybridization will take place are called as Drago compounds. So in my next video, I will show you many more examples of Drago compounds, and I will tell you about S-files, characteristics of hybridization, and how to calculate hybridization by different methods are modified electronegativity principle, relative electronegativity, and applications of this hybridization, and many more. And this video will be helpful for you all to understand the concepts in simplified manner. So please like and subscribe my channel so that it motivates me to make more videos. Okay, thank you. Concentrate on your studies and best of luck for your future.